All right, so I'm here with it's Chris Vale. You guys may have seen him on Instagram, but he is somebody who has adopted the breakout strategy that I teach and has found success with it. I'm gonna let him dive into what sort of success that he's run into with it, and maybe some trials, some tribulations, some tips possibly to help you guys become better traders with it. So without further ado, Chris, man, give me the rundown of how you've been trading.
All right, so I started 2 years ago. It's been just over 2 years. And I, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to put in $300, like after 2 days of knowing about trading,
Yeah.
and lost all of it on GJ. It's
That's
like on MetaTrader 5. And at that point, I realized right away, like I just knew, oh, okay, if you can lose that much money that quick, like you can probably make some crazy
yeah.
money really fast. And so I didn't know, like, it's crazy. I got into trading because I came across some YouTube videos. I ran into Doyle Exchange. I ran into the typical, Alex G's and type of guys like that. I was like, they're flashing their money. I'm not super interested in all the flashiness, but it was just like I'm trying to figure out how to make more money for my family. And the background on me is I'm an influencer. Hate that term, but that's the reality of it. And we started social media 3-4 years ago. Actually, crap, no, dang, end of 2020. It's been almost 5 years, and
Yeah.
full time about 2 years ago. But it's not as glamorous as you might think, and most creators are struggling. And also, I was not financially literate, and so I put us in a hole. We also had we just kept having babies every year, and then we kept having to move every year because of mold issues in these houses out here, and our kids were getting sick, and so we ended up getting into a lot of debt, like um, about 30K in the last few years, and all our credit cards have been maxed out, the whole type of thing. And so I found trading a couple years ago. I was like, oh, maybe this could be the key. And then I start reading about all the studies, and 97% of traders fail. I'm listening to Dave Ramsey, and he's saying, don't, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Like most people, you're never gonna make it. People who try it, they're gonna think, well, I'm gonna be the one who makes it. You're not. That's what the type of stuff he says. And it's like very
Yeah.
discouraging. And but something in me, dude, like something in me knew there's like I could do this. I'm just like I'm gonna be different. I know everybody says that, but I don't know. I knew it. I just had that feeling. I don't know. So I joined Doyle's like group. He's doing supply and demand trading, and um, it starts piecing together a little bit, and I start like getting challenges and stuff like that. I learned about the prop firms through that, and uh, I blew all of my money on those prop firms on Forex, and I kid you not, I was spending, dude, I don't even know, a couple thousand a month, I want to say, for a while,
Wow.
just on prop firm challenges, Forex, and blowing them. And uh, it was like that for like a year. And I bounced through different mentors, bounced through different groups, and they're just all, okay. Like it didn't do anything for me. And also, I was early in my journey, and so I had not like realized the whole psychology aspect of it. Um, and so when I joined, when I found you were trading with Mamba,
Mhm.
and that's when I was like, okay, this like who is this guy? Like, what does he do? What is this? And then I didn't have enough money to join Mamba's group, but I seen like some clips and stuff like that, and so I think I gave you a follow because I was like I follow all these guys. Then you started like your own thing. I was like, this is interesting. It's only like $99 for the month. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
I think it's
that's
like
pretty good.
79 now, but it's a
Dang.
week trial too. Yeah.
And the week trial. That's what I think I first started. I think I took that week trial. I was sold. So after those 2 years of or 1.5 years of losing all my money every month, I joined the trading ranch, and I was still losing.
Yeah.
But it's because I realized it's all psychology, and so I realized something had to change. I was in the trading range for a while, and I like passed some accounts,
Hmm.
uh, and then I would blow it all because I just I got to make back my money. I can't
Over
end the day on a
leverage, all
red
that.
day. I
Yeah.
can't do that. And then if I take two trades in one day at 1% risk, and then I see that like, well, now I only have two trades left. Like that's nothing. Like I just might as well just, go big or go, or what's it called? Go big or go home.
Hmm.
And so I would just, this was a constant pattern. I'll just risk it all, the rest of that in one trade and then blow it. And sometimes it would go just a couple ticks and I'd blow it all because I just risked so much.
Man.
Terrible. And so for me, this is just all part of I blew through probably my guess would be 30K plus in those 2 years. So not as bad as some people. And it was through live money trying to flip like $100 to 1,000. And it was also through prop firms. And I also would put 1,000 in every once in a while, and I blew those a couple times. And um, I flipped 100 into 1,500 one time, which was
That's pretty.
cool. That was
Yeah.
like part of the pivot though, of my psychology. It was when things started to get a little better. Um, but it's the over trading. It, you'll never be successful if you can't handle your own emotions and be stoic. You just won't because these 2 years, I have had to learn what it is to be, as a man specifically, I've had to learn what it is to be a man. And there is a correlation there. Like, stoicism is a very great trait for everybody, but definitely a great trait for masculinity. And when I started looking into what it means to be a man for me, uh, things started to shift. And so basically, I started about 2 months ago. I started I decided to take my health seriously, and I started the carnivore diet,
Oh, sick.
and slightly cheating, but pretty like I would say 80-20 carnivore. I experimented with moving to break even and stuff like that, and it just wouldn't work for me. It just kept going to break even, and so but no, like I never had a problem with closing early. I think my problem was trying to hold for too long.
Man.
That was a big problem because I would hold for, dude, I've hit one to fives and then it reversed to a loss because I just didn't
Ah,
close. Trying to go for a 1 to 7.
man. I'd say
That's
that the
stupid.
highest I've gone is like 1 to 4s. I really don't like anything past that. But one,
Yeah.
that's crazy. What do you
Dude,
think
I
is the biggest tip you would
so
give
dumb.
someone?
Biggest tip, well, okay. Uh, is get your discipline in check, which is, I know everybody says that,
Hmm.
but what does that actually look like? Like for me, it was my diet and it was holding myself to my word more than ever because I was not a man of my word in my marriage and family, like just not following through, I think is a good way to put it, not following through. And when you start giving yourself, actual rules and discipline to actually, when you start following it, it will just work. It's that simple. When you start doing what you say you're going to do, with everything, with anything, not just trading, like you'll
It's
kill in life.
hmm It starts to
And
compound
so,
and come in, right?
yeah, and trading specifically, I mean, it will show you who you are, like to the deep levels of your emotions. And because you have like all the like fear, greed, anxiety, anger, um, like you have like all these emotions you have to work through when you're trading, unlike anything I've ever experienced. There's times, dude, I was so pissed off that I lost, like so pissed off. And looking back, I'm like, why was I so upset about
Man.
that? Like one loss. Just looks silly looking back on it now, the way I was acting. But no, yeah, it's important to keep yourself accountable. Um, Another tip would be if you don't have, like, if you can't keep yourself accountable, find somebody to trade with. I did have a trading buddy for a while that was a good shift in my psychology, and it helped start the process of becoming profitable, just because we were holding each other accountable. And if we were over trading, we had the understanding, we would tell each other, like, if we wanted to overtrade, you have to be honest with yourself and with others.
Can you give me a high level overview of the strategy that we use without going too in depth?
We take a breakout on the impulsive move every morning, and it's the most simple thing. It's the most simple way of trading.
I agree.
Like, dude, I was doing crazy, not crazy complicated stuff, but the strategy I had before, I bounced through a lot. You can easily take a simple strategy and make it complicated. And so if you look too in depth, that was the problem with my journaling, is I would journal and then be like, how can I make the win rate even more than 80%? Or how can I get a higher RR? And you start doing all these things and then next thing you know, your strategy is like, you have like 10 different steps, and it has to do this and this and this and look for this and only this type of thing. And it's just like too much. It was
Too much.
ridiculous. And so with this, dude, like, there's there's literally nothing to it. And it's gonna, it's a long-term strategy because we're just riding the wave of the big banks and the big players. Like, when they choose which direction they want to go, we're just gonna hop in and make our
Yeah.
money and get out.
It is
It's ridiculous.
about, yeah, you got to really understand that previous market structure so you don't get faked out or go too aggressive or too
Yeah.
conservative to where that run is already made and it can't really hit
Yeah.
that full R to R ratio, because those risk to reward ratios are really important in compounding in the
Yeah.
account, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like, sweet spot 1 to 2 to 1 to 3,
Yeah.
more your win rate goes down, you can still be very profitable, but you have to be able to accept more losses. And
Yeah.
a lot of people struggle with that, the revenge trading like we were talking about earlier. Or what's the
Yeah.
total amount
I
of
know I have
payouts you've
to.
had in the past two? Since you flipped a script, like your payouts are basically around 30 rack,
Not yet. No, we're almost.
almost. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No, we're about to be. But right now, my payouts are, let's see, September was 2,000. No, September was 1,000. And then October, we're at 13K. And then next week, I'm getting a 15K payout.
Oh wow.
So for
So you
October,
got
we're gonna do
7, yeah.
30K. About, yeah,
Wow.
for sure. And so just like that. So going into I've lost 30K over the last 2 years. All it took was 1 month of being like disciplined to make all of it back. It's
Facts.
ridiculous.
It's
And
really
so,
like that. If you could follow the
yeah,
strategy, it
it's crazy,
snap,
dude.
yeah.
And so technically, I'm not profitable until I make all that money back. So next week, I'll finally be, a profitable trader over the long term.
There you
Beat
go.
all those odds. It feels crazy because you're beating supposedly all the statistics on 97%, 99% of traders fail in the first, year. They'll never make money. And the ones that do make money will just make a McDonald's wage per year.
That's what
That's
they
what I
say.
heard. That's what they
Damn,
say, and it's bull crap. So this pisses me off. All right,
dude.
listen. I just did some research into these so-called studies. I don't know if anybody else has done this. I wanted to see, because I know that we have flawed studies constantly, backed by people who want us to believe a certain way
Yeah, I
about
agree.
everything.
Yeah,
No, it's crazy. So I'm sick of it. There's so now I'm just like, I want to dig into the rest of these studies that say all day traders fail, because I think they're seriously skewed, because you're not studying people who are serious about it, that have been doing it for 2+ years,
yeah.
that want to make it happen. So far, most people that I've seen that do it for 2 to 5 years, maybe 8 years, they eventually become profitable. Everybody's different, but if you don't give up, you haven't failed. Like,
True.
yeah, you just have to be disciplined. That's all there is. That's the key right there. And then having a simple strategy that works for you. Also, why this is freaking amazing is we're in and out within like 20 minutes or less every day.
Yeah. I think the average is like 8 minutes, which is
Yeah.
pretty, it's pretty short for a trade, but scalping I think is
Yeah.
where it's at. Like, and then keeping that consistency to like one trade, 1 to 2
Yeah.
trades a session.
Yeah.
Anything more just start to blow the account or, you know what I mean, over leverage. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why what was another deciding factor joining the trading ranch, and knowing how a little bit of how you trade, you post videos about it and stuff like that. It sparked my interest because before I was trading at like 6 a.m., 5 a.m., sometimes until 9 a.m. And I have 4 kids.
Yeah.
Who has time? Who has time for that?
Yeah.
Like being at home 5 hour, what is that? 4 hours out of my day in the morning. No, it was not working. And so I had to figure something out where I could be in and out quicker. And that was scalping. That was waiting. Well, it was basically like an intraday, mostly scalp type of trading. But I was waiting for the entry. And so it's just like that. A lot of these strategies, you have to be crazy patient to where it's like for hours and hours. And I don't have time for that.
This one's going to be, tomorrow's another payout for you.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah. So it was the 13K this month so far. And then tomorrow I got, wait, was it 13K total or was it 15? Because I got a $3,700 payout, and then I just got, okay, no, it's about 13K right now. Okay,
But tomorrow's going to
so
make it fatter. Like
no, that'll be
double.
13K today. When it comes in, that'll officially make it 13K. But
Because that,
yeah,
yeah.
which is why you keep your discipline in check. There was a close call on this account. I wasn't over trading, but I allowed myself. I was like, okay, I'm gonna allow myself 2 trades per day, just as a rule for myself. But the problem was, I took those 2 trades a day, lost both times, and the next day I did 2 trades that day as well, lost both times. So I was down 400 on. I was down to 400 profit on these accounts a couple weeks ago, and before, like old me, before I was profitable, I would have just blown them. I would have just blown them all. But old me would have just blown it. Like I would have just been like, okay, risk it all. I'm never gonna make this back. Like, are you kidding me? Like, th- that's not even 1% risk. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna take forever. To 2 weeks ago when this happened, I risked 150 bucks. One. Next day, I risked 200 bucks. One next day, I risked like 400, and just so forth. Like if you just compound it and don't worry about where your money is at all. Like don't, who cares what the money's at? Because at the end of the month, you're gonna make money.
All right, I appreciate you coming on, man. If you guys do want to find him, it's at Chris Vale on Instagram, and I'm gonna have him say the other main Instagram account name because I
Chris
don't
and
want to miss
Shanoa.
it. At Chris and
Chris and
Chanel.
Shanoa.
I'll pop it up on
Yep.
the screen up here
There we
as
go.
well. Give them a follow. Yeah, man. Thank you again for coming on. If you guys, can always join that free Discord in the description below. Check it out if
Heck
you
yeah.
want. And until next time.